Students, let's continue the chapter States of Matter. In states of matter, we are studying here the two states. One is the gaseous state and another is the liquid state. In today's lecture, first we are going to study the difference between ideal gas and real gas. Student, as you are aware about the ideal gas, means the ideal gas is the gas which obey Boyle's law and Charles' law over the entire range of temperature and pressure. And you know very well the equation of ideal gas means PV is equal to nRT, means PV upon nRT is equal to 1. It is the condition for the ideal gas. Means ideal gas is the gas which obeys Boyle's law and Charles' law over the entire range of temperature and pressure. Opposite in the real gas, as you know, real gas show deviation from the Boyle's law and Charles' law at high pressure and temperature. Means real gas show deviation from Boyle's law and Charles' law at high pressure and temperature. But there is one condition. Real gas obey Boyle's law and Charles' law at low pressure and high temperature. When you study the real gas, so you have seen that when the pressure is low and temperature is high, so real gas can obey the Boyle's law and Charles' law. And mostly and always real gas show deviation from Boyle's law and Charles' law. Means in ideal gas PV upon nRT is equal to 1, but in real gas PV upon nRT is not equal to 1. In ideal gas, all the molecules are perfectly elastic. That's why it's obey Boyle's law and Charles' law. And opposite in the real gas, molecules are not perfectly elastic. In ideal gas, gaseous molecules show no attraction or repulsion. If gaseous molecules show no attraction and repulsion, it means that there is a collision without loss of kinetic energy. As you know, collision. So, in real gas, there is no attraction and repulsion between the molecule. That's why collision is occur, but collision is occur without loss of kinetic energy. In real gas, intermolecular attraction is present. That's why collision is occur or collision is take place with loss of kinetic energy. Student, in both the gases, collision is occur, but in ideal gas, collision is occur or collision is takes place without loss of kinetic energy. And in real gas, collision is occur, but it takes place with loss of kinetic energy. And what is the reason? Because in ideal gas, there is no attraction or repulsion between the gaseous molecule, and in real gas, there is an intermolecular attraction. Next thing, in ideal gas, gaseous molecule, the volume of gaseous molecule is negligible as compared to the total volume of the gases. But in real gas, actual volume of individual gaseous molecule is not negligible at high pressure and low temperature. See here, there is a condition in real gas. At high pressure and low temperature, actual volume of individual gas molecule is not negligible, even it is significant. But in ideal gas, actual volume of gas molecule always negligible when you compare it with the total volume of the gas. Ideal gas does not exist, but real gas exists in nature. For example, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, helium, etc. So, this is the difference between ideal gas and real gas. The next topic in this, compressibility factor, which is shown by Z. As a student, just we have studied about the real gas. First point in the real gas we have studied means it show deviation from Boyle's law and Charles' law. Clear? But sometimes real gas show ideal behavior also. And what is the condition when real gas show ideal behavior? When pressure approaches to 0. Student, real gas can show ideal behavior, but when pressure approaches to 0. Real gases always show deviation from ideal behavior, and this deviation we can study in the term of compressibility factor, which is shown by alphabetically Z. Students, always remember, real gas always show deviation from ideal behavior, and this deviation which we can study or which we can measure in the term of compressibility factor, which is shown by alphabetically Z. But sometimes real gas show ideal behavior, and the condition is pressure should be 0. The formula for the compressibility factor is Z is equal to PV upon nRT. As you know, and you all are aware about all the terms which is used in this formula. P pressure, V volume, N number of mole, R universal gas constant, and T temperature. In short, when we see the formula, so it is the ratio of product of PV and nRT. It is the ratio of product of PV and nRT. Now we know that for the ideal gas Z is equal to 1. For ideal gas Z is equal to 1 at all the value of temperature and pressure. But for real gas, Z is equal to PV real upon nRT. Always remember, student, for ideal gas Z is equal to 1. But for real gas, the formula is Z is equal to PV real upon nRT. For ideal gas, Z is equal to 1. So in place of Z, we put here 1. So formula is 1 is equal to PV ideal upon nRT. When we rearrange the formula for the V ideal, so we will get the formula V ideal is equal to P upon nRT. V ideal is equal to P upon nRT. Substituting the value of P upon nRT in equation number 1, so we will get the formula Z is equal to V real upon V ideal. V real upon V ideal. So it is the formula for compressibility factor. It is the simple formula. First, we have to know the formula of Z is equal to PV upon nRT. Then we have to show that for ideal gas Z is equal to 1 and for real gas Z is not equal to 1. So for real gas Z is equal to PV real upon nRT, and for ideal gas 1 is equal to PV ideal upon nRT. Now rearrange the formula for V ideal. V ideal is equal to P upon nRT. Put the value of P upon nRT in the equation number 1. Means in place of P upon nRT we have to put V ideal. So we will get the formula Z is equal to V real upon V ideal. Student, it means that what is the compressibility factor? Means compressibility factor is nothing but a ratio of actual molar volume of a gas to its molar volume. Actual molar volume of a gas to its molar volume if it behave ideally at that temperature and pressure. Z is equal to V real upon V ideal. Now, always remember, there is positive deviation in compressibility factor. Means Z is greater than 1. Means volume of a molecule cannot be neglected and gas is difficult to compress. Always remember student, whenever compressibility factor is greater than 1, it means that volume of a molecule cannot be neglected and the gas is difficult to compress. But when you lower the pressure, when there is a low pressure, it means that compressibility factor is equal to 1 or compressibility factor is lower than 1. What is the condition actually? When there is a lower pressure, at lower pressure, compressibility factor either 1 or lower than 1. So in this condition, molecular volume is negligible and gas are easily compressible. So whenever molecular volume is negligible and gases are compressible, it means that the gases show ideal behavior. The gases show ideal behavior. So it is nothing but a compressibility factor. Student, just revise some topics from the starting of the chapter, means intermolecular forces. Actually, intermolecular forces are the attractive forces as well as repulsive forces which are present between the neighboring molecule. There are different types of intermolecular forces, in which first intermolecular force is dipole-dipole interaction. Dipole-dipole interaction means, what do you mean by dipole-dipole interaction? So dipole-dipole interaction is present in a polar molecule and it is having the perfect dipole moment. Always remember, polar molecule having a dipole moment and it is a vector quantity. You have know what is vector. Vector quantity which is shown by arrow. So dipole-dipole interaction occur in polar molecule. For example, HCl, H plus and Cl minus. One more thing, dipole-dipole interaction is due to difference in electronegativity. Means one atom having more electronegativity and another atom having less electronegativity. The atom which is having more electronegativity, it is known as electronegative atom, and which is having less electronegativity, it is known as electropositive atom. And the interaction between these two atoms is known as dipole-dipole interaction. And it is a vector quantity. Polar molecule have permanent dipole moment. Dipole moment is shown by mu, and the formula of dipole moment is mu is equal to q into r, where q is the distance, q is the magnitude of the charges and r is the distance between the center of positive or negative charge. Means why positive and negative charge? Because two atoms, one is electropositive which carry positive charge, one is electronegative which carry negative charge. Dipole moment having the unit D, capital D, which is known as D by. The next is ion dipole interaction. Ion dipole interaction is present in between ion and the polar molecule. As you know, ion are of two types, one is cation, another is anion. Means either cation or anion with the polar molecule. But always remember, cation are always smaller in size and charge density on cation is more concentrated. That's why ion dipole interaction is more stronger in the cation as compared to anion. And ion, this cation is react with polar molecule For example, NaCl. In NaCl, sodium is cation. When it is react with or when it is dissolved in water molecule, so sodium atom form hydrated sodium ion with the water molecule. So this interaction is known as ion dipole interaction. Whenever there is a more and more charges on cation, so there is a stronger ion dipole interaction. For example, sodium carry only 1 plus charge, magnesium carry 2 positive charges, and aluminum carry 3 positive charges. It means that sodium having less ion dipole interaction as compared to magnesium and aluminum. Magnesium having less ion dipole interaction as compared to aluminum. Means more and more positive charges on the cation, there is a more and more stronger ion dipole interaction. Next thing, third one is dipole induced dipole interaction. It is present between polar molecule and non-polar molecule. Means when polar molecule and non-polar molecule approach to each other, the polar molecule induces dipole in the non-polar molecule, but it is a temporary dipole. Always remember, student, polar molecule having permanent dipole moment, non-polar molecule having zero dipole moment. When polar molecule and non-polar molecule approaches to each other, so polar molecule induces dipole in non-polar molecule, but it is a temporary dipole. For example, ammonia and benzene. Ammonia, polar molecule, permanent dipole moment. Benzene, non-polar molecule, zero dipole moment. When these two, ammonia and benzene, approaches to each other, so they form dipole induced dipole interaction. Means ammonia induced dipole in the benzene. So it is a dipole induced dipole interaction. Next one is hydrogen bonding. Always remember, hydrogen bonding is nothing but an electrostatic force of attraction. Whenever hydrogen bonded with a more electronegative atom, for example, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, so it forms hydrogen bonding. Whenever hydrogen bonded with a or form a molecule with more electronegative atom, so it creates a hydrogen bonding. Next one is, there are two types of hydrogen bonding. One is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So strong electronegative atom that form hydrogen bond are nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, etc. Hydrogen bond is always denoted by the dotted line, and hydrogen bond which occur within one single molecule. Whenever hydrogen bond which is occur within a single molecule, it is known as intramolecular hydrogen bonding. And whenever hydrogen bond present between two like or unlike molecule, it is known as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The next is London forces or London dispersion forces. London forces or London dispersion forces, it is mostly occurred in non-polar molecule or in inert gases. In case of non-polar molecule or inert gases, London forces are occur. As you know, what is non-polar molecule? Non-polar molecule means which is having zero dipole moment. Inert gases means which is having always complete octet and they do not undergo any chemical reaction. So in non-polar molecule and in inert gases, the intermolecular forces exist is known as London forces or London dispersion forces. Next, some topics are gas law, in which first law is the Boyle's law. Boyle's law is also known as pressure volume relationship. And what is the Boyle's law actually? In Boyle's law, temperature is constant and pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Means temperature and number of moles is constant and temperature and number of moles is constant and pressure of the gas is inversely proportional to volume. As you know, whenever any term is in the inversely proportional, in which, for example here, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, means whenever you increase the pressure, there should be decrease in volume. It is the Boyle's law. The next law is Charles' law. So, what is the Charles' law actually? In Charles' law, pressure is constant and volume of a gas is directly proportional to the temperature. See student, in Boyle's law, temperature is constant. In Charles' law, pressure is constant. In Boyle's law, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. In Charles' law, volume is directly proportional to temperature. Means whenever there is increase in volume of the gas, there should be increase in a temperature. And Charles' law is also known as temperature volume relationship. Now next is Gay-Lussac's law. It is also known as pressure temperature relationship. Means here volume is constant and pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Volume is constant and pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Next is Avogadro's law, which is also known as volume amount relationship. Actually, what is volume amount relationship? Means equal when all the gases containing equal volume at the same temperature and pressure, when the temperature and pressure is same, all the gases containing equal volume, and in this volume the number of molecule is also equal. Means equal volume of all the gases at the same temperature and pressure contain equal number of the molecule. In this, volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Means V is directly proportional to number of moles. Means volume of the gases is directly proportional to number of mole means N, or number of molecules. So these are the gas law. Student, we have finished this chapter. I hope you understand today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will see the next topic. Thank you so much.